For those of you unaware of writer-director Chris Morris, think of him as a darkly satirical genius who sleeps for 10 years, then wakes up, winds up the Daily Mail like if there's no tomorrow, then vanishes into the ether until the next time he awakens from his slumber. For example, in 2010, Morris gave us 4 Lions, whereupon a group of idiots plot to blow themselves up during the London Marathon. It was biting, dark as anything, won a BAFTA, and was absolutely hysterical. And it still holds up, which is depressing. But in 2019, we find Morris' latest offering, The Day Shall Come, about an idiot basically being railroaded by the FBI into becoming a terrorist mastermind, and it just didn't work. I mean, it was good, but it just felt tame, and somehow like it wasn't made with that pinch of anger at the world that makes satire really work, or like it's 30 seconds behind the time, or, I mean, it's not a bad film by any stretch, and on paper it works really well. Plot escalates nicely towards a fitting finale, most of the actors do a good enough job, enough jokes land that I made the odd smirk here and there, but this film was just missing something. One of the major changes for me was the filming style. 4 Lions was filmed in a realistic style, meaning that the film felt gritty and real, and you could feel the tension rising as police snipers argued over whether Wookiee was a bear, or how exactly you blow up the internet, and whether or not it's a good idea to punch yourself in the face. Trust me, this all makes sense in context. But in The Day Shall Come, there's a beat missing. And I don't know how else to put it, which is a shame because describing films is me job. Well, hobby, anyway. At 88 minutes, this film doesn't outstay its welcome, and I'll take not as amazing as usual Morris over almost anyone else, but if they had made this film in the realistic style of say, the thick of it, then I think it would have been funnier and tenser. Also, the FBI bits needed a bit more work. I mean, there are still some lines that work in their absurdist logic. Apparently, if this guy isn't railroaded into jail, then the Statue of Liberty is wearing a burqa and we've beheaded Bruce Springsteen. Note, please do not behead Bruce Springsteen. Instead, like, share and subscribe to me and then go and see Blinded by the Light. That film was awesome. Back on topic for a change, and we find Marchant Davies as Moses Al-Shabazz, who is the leader of a small cult which worships Jesus, Black Santa, Muhammad, and Toussaint Louverture. A duck told him to found it. When he doesn't take his medication, animals speak to him. Then, after the FBI literally stumble across one of his sermons online, his small group, based in Miami, is dragged into an elaborate plot involving a face shake, guns, uranium, and a horse. Now, apparently Morris did base this story on 100 true tales of LEAs, that's law enforcement agencies and not the local education authority for any UK viewers, in the US entrapping hapless individuals incapable of carrying out any real attacks and throwing them all into jail for glory and a quick headline. No, this actually happens. Check out Newburgh 4 and Liberty City 7 if you don't believe me. It's a great idea to leap off from into a satire, but it needed to go further with that idea. I mean, Moses is a brilliant character, more interested in being a good father and keeping his failing farm going than actually overthrowing the US government, whilst not necessarily being the brightest bulb in the chandelier. His minions are also brilliant. The issues are all with the FBI. The scenes there feel flat. Again, I'm blaming the glossy shooting style, as the dialogue is there, the actors are fine. How Anna Kendrick got involved I will never understand, but they needed some work. To be more devious, more willing to make Moses do things he would never do with things he would never have access to were it not for them. Look, The Day Shall Come is fine, but not as biting or as daring as it could and indeed should have been. Its shooting style is wrong. It's glossy when it needs to be gritty and just feels out of date somehow. I'd say this was made for the Americans, but it literally made $26,972 when released over there. Check it out on Netflix and then watch 4 Lions and Brass Eye to see how biting satire can really be. So I think that you should see it, but what do you guys think, and what is your favourite satirical film? Comment below, let me know. I'm Daniel, it's been a dunking. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share and subscribe.